Welcome back to Ohio Country today, and joining me now is Madison Layman. Madison is part of demand and market development for the Ohio Soybean Council. Madison, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, thanks for having me today. Yeah,
we want to talk about a very exciting trip that you were recently on. Let's discuss what happened in Egypt.
Yep. Yeah, so this September, me and two farmer board members from the Ohio Soybean Council went to Egypt with the U.S. Soybean Export Council. It was more of a learning mission for us to see some programs that we have funded over in that region called the Soy Excellence Center. This is a training program for industry people in that area, specifically in the poultry, aquaculture, feed milling industries. The idea behind this is that we are supporting program development over there and business development that will grow these industries who are big customers for U.S. soy. So if they're becoming more efficient in their industry, then we are creating more of a demand for the U.S. soybean industry over there.
How big was the delegation that went with you, and how many people from the Buckeye State were you joined by?
Absolutely. So it was myself, a farmer from Darke County, Chad Warner, and a farmer from Wayne County, Dave Dotterer. So just three of us, but it was a qualified state soybean board mission, so we had several other states along the trip with us. I'd say about 40 people total and went, staff and farmers.
Yeah, what was the response that you got back from the people in Egypt?
Gratefulness. We actually got to see two programs happening, the 100th program, which was an aquaculture program, and the 101st program, which was a poultry production program. So the students going through these programs expressed how much they've learned and valued with what they've learned there and what they can take back to their company, just to kind of help them build professionally in their career and further their industry in the future.
Are we talking about whole soybeans that are being shipped to Egypt, or are they processed to what their needs are before they're shipped to Egypt?
So we are talking whole soybeans. In the last 4 or 5 years, Egypt has started importing. They've imported about 62% more whole soybeans since we started this program. They've really increased their crush capacity over there, so they're crushing in country, sending it to the feed mills where they will be processed into feed to go to these poultry and aquaculture industries. So whole soybeans is kind of the market for that right now. They are the third largest export market for U.S. soy.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. You know, we talk about some of the markets, we talk about competition, and we talk about all those other people who are involved in competing for a market like Egypt. What do they say about our product and how it stands up?
It's great quality. Protein content is always what they're looking for most of the time, and the quality compared to our competitors is just surpasses all of them, and that's what they really look for when they look for U.S. soy.
Let's talk about the final product. They're using that product to produce something else. What is the final product results like? What are they seeing at the end of the production?
Their goals are to feed the population, to feed the people that live in their country. So these protein markets that are coming from this, they are increasing efficiency in the feed milling and the poultry industry, which is going to increase the amount of poultry that is produced for their population. That ultimately reduces the prices of food for them. So their main goal is making sure that there is enough protein getting in diets and that it's affordable for everyone.
You know, we've talked with individuals from the Ohio Department of Agriculture who were on various missions to Egypt, talked about what we're doing to help them improve their opportunity to grow their own food. And of course, different parts of that demographic there, are, which I should say the geographic strategies or difficulties have been a challenge for them. How does this help improve their independence when it comes to producing their own food?
Absolutely. These programs in particular that we fund, they don't have to rely on imported meats. They can grow their own poultry, like I mentioned, their poultry, aquaculture, even the beef industry occasionally. They have those resources to grow these domestically. We're talking, if we want to talk kind of geographic, they do produce some crops that can provide for that, but not enough to sustain it and not enough to make a profitable end product. So what we're doing with these training programs really helps increase their efficiency and not have to rely on imports from those other countries.
Yeah, we helped them with technology utilizing brackish water and drip irrigation in the past, and this is just another way that the United States can help them remain independent and help, lower their cost for importing food and help improve the health and lifestyle of their people that are there. Let's talk a little bit more about the expanding markets. Besides Egypt, what are some of the other areas that we're looking at that the Ohio Soybean Council is using those checkoff dollars for to improve?
Absolutely. So we mentioned the Soy Excellence Centers, and that's one of the projects that kind of emerged off of these Diversifying Markets project that Ohio Soybean has really driven, the U.S. Soybean Export Council has driven. A couple more of these locations, Nigeria, the Americas area, also Southeast Asia area. These are what we call emerging markets. So there's going to be population growth in the next 10, 15 years. So we see that potential and populations need protein. We see that potential for soy protein to be added to animal diets, to be added to human diets. We are exploring these new population growths as a new market for U.S. soy.
Well, that's really exciting. When you talk about the checkoff dollars and what they do to help improve the value of what's produced here in the Buckeye State, that's got to be pretty exciting, especially for somebody like you too, right?
This is an area that when you're young and you're in agriculture or you're just on the farm, you don't realize all the stuff that's going on and how your farm operation impacts the world. So myself getting to see it, me taking farmers getting to see it, they really get a full picture of what their checkoff does, how they themselves are investing in the future of agriculture and in the world of agriculture.
Now, Madison, you grew up on a farm in Licking County. Let's talk a little bit about your background before we let you go.
Absolutely. So I grew up on a dairy farm in Licking County. We currently milk about 275 head, Holstein Jersey, and that's just that's harnessed my love for agriculture. Working with the farmers and being able to share that message of farming with everyone has kind of gotten me to where I am today.
Isn't that cool what the Ohio Soybean Council does to bring in people like you who have that passion for agriculture? You got to find that pretty exciting to be working with people like that, right?
Absolutely. I think that really gives an advantage on staff because we know who we're working for. Everyone on staff, like our farmers, are our resource. They are out there every day. We love talking to them, and we love building those relationships that we can then go out and talk to other people about. We want to work for the farmer. We want to improve what they want to say. So that's a big advantage to working on staff with Ohio Soybean.
And it's exciting for us to have the Ohio Soybean Council, one of our fine sponsors, on our TV show, our podcast, and our radio program at In Ohio Country today. Madison Layman has been our guest. Madison, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
And for more information, as always, you can check them out on the web at soyohio.org, and we'll have a link to their website as well at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with more right after this.